In addition to one of our scheduled warm-up players, I would like to now let you know that we have an extra special to help with the warm-up. But before I do, the strange-looking truck out here with the eagle on the side of it, this postal truck, it has a special Everly Brothers stamp, cancellation for your stamp, for your postcard. You can buy a postcard, you can get it canceled, and they will have the date on it, and you will have proof of the event that you attended right here in Central City, Kentucky. We welcome you for being here. We also want to recognize a couple other people real quick. The lady that the Everly Brothers fashioned their song, Kathy's Clown, after, is in our presence. And I can't pick her out right this second. Yes, I can. Will Kathy Day please stand up? Kathy's Clown. We also have in our presence Mose Reger's widow, Mrs. Mose Reger. Will you please stand and be recognized? Thank you very much. Your contest will start, your Thumbpicking contest will start immediately at 12 o'clock. Prior to that, I would like to present to you one of the recognized thumb pickers throughout the United States, a local fellow from Pennington, Kentucky, a gentleman who has worked very diligently with the First National Bank, with Rodney Kirtley, and us to organize and put this program together. I present to you Eddie Pennington.
I want to get up here and just let you all know that we're all really appreciating the people putting this on for us. And I've got Merle Travis's big Super 400 guitar here, and I'm going to pick you one tune on it before I introduce this man that I want to come up and introduce. Here's a little bit of I'll See You in My Dreams. That was my ticket to get out here to introduce this next fellow that's going to be up. But before I do, I want to mention some of the people that we're paying tribute to. Of course, Merle Travis, I don't have to introduce him to anybody. He's a hero and idol to many of us here. Another man was my idol, was Mose Reger, and there's Miss Reger sitting out there. I think about all the pickers that's been around worrying her at her house like myself, just walk in unannounced and all, and how good Mose was to all of us. And I tell you what, there's a great love among all of us pickers, and we just really appreciate those fellows, what they did. Ike Everly, big influence on Merle, and so we hope to find out a lot about Ike this weekend and all. And of course, one of the great pickers of our time now that took this style that come out of Muhlenberg County and done great things with it was Mr. Chet Atkins. Probably one of the world's, he's just an institution. And I'll tell you, the man I'm going to introduce is unbelievable, but he's the man that can back Chet Atkins up. And to a guitar picker, there's nothing greater than that. And this is one of the greatest guitar players alive, and I'm going to introduce now Mr. Paul Yandell, Nashville, Tennessee. I asked him, was anything good I could say about him? He said, no. I said, well, I hate to tell him the truth.
Thanks, Eddie. I told you not to say all that. But I'll pay you right after I get through. Well, how's everybody doing in Central City, Kentucky? I'm from down around Paducah, Mayfield down in there. And as I tell everybody, the tobacco patch got me out of down there. I hated to work in tobacco so bad that I found out that I could play guitar, and so I practiced night and day so I could make a living doing something else. And so good Lord's been kind to me, and I've managed to do that with the help of my wife. It's really an honor to be here today. Joe Smith invited me up to participate with Eddie Pennington too, and who's a good friend of mine, a great guitar player. I never heard I See My Dreams played any better. Let's give Eddie another hand. Eddie is well respected around the country. He just got back from out in Washington where he did some guitar picking out there. I'm going to play you 3 or 4 tunes, and I won't bore you with a lot of talent because I don't have much to bore you with. But I hope you like a little something I'm going to do for you. I got a program somewhere. Let me see. I'm like strained bean. I'm looking in every pocket. far it is from here to Louisville? 145 miles? 25. All right. Well, my next song is about 8 more miles to Louisville, which was an old Grandpa Jones record, and Merle Travis played on it. And I thought, well, being just as Thumbpicking and we're up here in Central City, I should play one of Merle's tunes. And that previous tune I did was down south in New Orleans, way down south, way down yonder in New Orleans. Got my nose fixed, now my mouth won't work. And that was one of Merle's. So I'm going to try a little bit of 8 More Mile Louisville. My hands are so sweaty, it's sort of hard to play up here, but I'll do my best. Right now I'm going to sing you a little number that was written by Mose Reger, and Merle Travis, and Mose Reger's daughter is here today, and it's good to see her again. I didn't recognize her when I saw her, and I accused her of changing the color of her hair. That's the way I always do when I run up on a woman. She said, "Don't you remember me?" And I said, "Well, the last time I saw you, your hair was different, you know." You got to get out of that some way. This is called Guitar Rag, and I think Mose wrote the music, and Merle wrote the lyric about Mose. So if I can get through it, I'd like to do it for you. Well, down in old Kentucky, there's a fella mighty lucky from the way he makes a guitar moan. Hanging around, singing around a country store, picking like a chicken, picking out corn. Well, the gal in the county gathers all around him, 'cause he's got a rhythm in his bones. Well, all the feet start scooting and they shuffle and drag. Every time I hear the rhythm of the guitar rag, he gets a moaning tone. He makes it grumble and groan. When he starts to picking and the plucking the strings, he can make a deacon do the bucking wing. Well, all the fat and the skinny does a little shimmy and their heads start to wiggle and wag. Well, all the feet start scooting and they shuffle and drag. Every time I hear the rhythm of the guitar rag. Well, down in old Kentucky, there's a fella mighty lucky from the way he makes a guitar moan. Hanging around, singing around a country store, picking like a chicken, picking up corn. Well, every gal in the county gathers all around him, 'cause he's got a rhythm in his bones. Well, all the feet start scooting and they shuffle and drag. Every time I hear the rhythm of the guitar rag, he gets a moaning tone. He makes it grumble and groan. When you start the picking and the plucking the strings, he can make a deacon do the bucking wing. Well, all the fat and the skinny does a little shimmy and their heads start to wiggle and wag. Well, all the feet start scooting and they shuffle and drag. Every time I hear the rhythm of the guitar rag. If it was easy, everybody'd be done it, and most of them are. I've got two people over here, Shelby and Tommy Thompson, that I went to school with in Simpsonia, Kentucky. Let's see, it must have been 30 years ago. We graduated in 1954. It doesn't seem that long, but it was. When I look at my son, well, I'd say, yeah, it was 30 years ago. I'm gonna play, let's see how much time I got. Got about 6 minutes. I'm gonna play a little Alice Blue Gown. I really like this. This is a beautiful tune. Well, let's see, you got about 5 minutes.
Now, don't look at that clock.
They'll get the hook after me, you know. Well, I couldn't do that all day. As y'all know, right after I get through playing, they're going to have a guitar picking, a thumb style picking. That is where you play the rhythm with your thumb and you play the melody with your fingers. In comparison to the straight pick style where you just play the melody and you have to have a rhythm player to play rhythm for you. In my opinion, thumb style makes the other styles, it leaves them wanting a tad. I was lucky that when I started trying to play guitar, I had a heart trouble and I couldn't do anything. We lived on a farm, and one day I went to a show and I saw a little boy playing guitar player, and I told my mother, I said, "Mama, can I get a guitar?" And she said, "Well, when you sell your calf, you can get one." So when I sold my calf, I bought a guitar, paid $13 for it, and a lady neighbor gave me a few lessons. Then I heard Merle Travis, and then I heard Chet records, and for some reason they played a lot of Chet records down there, and that's how I wound up playing like Chet, I guess, more than I did Merle, which I love one about as well to do the other. Well, it's time for me to play one more and skedaddle off here and let all these other guitar players get up here and show you what they can do. And may the best guitar picker win, which I'm sure he will. Thank you for being so kind to me. And it's good to be back in Kentucky. Here's one of my favorite tunes called Chinatown.
Yandell. Wonderful presentation. To inform you as to the way the participants in this contest will be judged, we cannot announce the name of the performer. Therefore, there will be a tripod set up with the performer's name. Each performer will be identified by a number. We will announce the name of the song or songs that each performer plans to play. The judges are in an isolated area off this site with nothing but a speaker running to the trailer, and they will have to make sure that the contestant plays to the quality of play that they are judging. Each contestant has pre-registered and will be performing his own music, his own selection of music, excuse me. Before we start the presentation, I would like to make a couple of announcements. First of all, anyone that's on this site may, if they wish, ride a bus from the location right outside the entrance to the Everly Brothers concert this evening. School buses have been lined up from the Muhlenberg County school system to transport you to the concert site and back to this site. So you don't have to get in your car, leave the site in your car, try to find the Central City Elementary School, try to find a place to park, walk into the concert, walk back, and then be caught in the crowd. The yellow school buses will transport you, your chair, your children, your blankets, not your coolers, out to the concert site immediately upon the conclusion of this program. Now, it doesn't mean that everyone can get on the first bus, but I assure you there will be sufficient buses to take all of you to the concert site before it starts, before the events start out there. I also want you to know that there are food and drinks available. Please feel free to spend some of your money with the local First National Bank, because the monies that we earn and the profits that we make will go to the Everly Brothers Foundation. The Everly Brothers Foundation was established for the benefit of musically inclined children in our community to provide money for scholarships. And that's where the bulk of the proceeds of the invested money will go for the furtherment of education, especially those children who are inclined musically. And I think that's the reason why you folks are here, to hear good music, and that's the reason why this entire process is being put on, to try to promote the advancement of music. It's 12 o'clock, as we promised. The contest will begin. Contestant number 1 will play Cannonball Rag, 9-pound hammer, guitar rig, and I'll See You in My Dream. Again, we can't announce the name. This is contestant number 1.
All right, Paul.
a slight audio problem in the judge's booth. We're going to ask the performer to be patient with us just 1 second until we can get our microphone straightened out. And then we're going to ask number one to start over with your beginning performance. Patience. Contestant number two. As all of you realize, we had a little bit of audio problem with the judges' speaker in their tent or in their trailer. Therefore, the judges were unable to get the play from number one of his songs. So we are going to interrupt our schedule. We're going to bring performer number one back on. He is going to play one tune, and then the program will continue in its regular order. Contestant number one. The song is "I Will See You in My Dreams." very much, contestant number 1. We apologize for the audio problem we had. You've heard contestant number 2. The next contestant is contestant number 3. He will be playing Bluebell, Mama, He's Making Eyes at Me, and Cherokee Maiden. Contestant number 3. was contestant number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, contestant number 4 will be playing See You in My Dreams and Saturday Night Shuffle. Contestant number 4.
Come on, Roy. Everybody hear me all right?
Thank you very much, contestant number 4. As all of you are aware, this program is sponsored by the First National Bank of Central City. We appreciate you all being here and being with us. We hope you're enjoying yourselves, having a good time. I want to pay special thanks to Paul Hayes and his crew that's working on the stage today. Obviously, without his help and his guidance, we would be very far behind at this point, but they've done an excellent job, and we certainly appreciate their help. Contestant number 5 will have rhythm with him. Contestant number 5 will be playing Cannonball Rag and Freight Train. That was contestant number 5. The next performer will be contestant number 6. He will be playing Understand Your Man, Yankee Doodle, and I'll See You in My Dreams. Contestant number 6 does have rhythm. Contestant number 6. Thank you, contestant number 6. Now, as most of you probably know if you've been to these types of events before, all the contestants will perform. The final 5 contestants will be called back to perform again, and based on the first and second performances of the top 5 performers, the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth place will be selected. The next contestant is contestant number 7. He will play St. Louis Blues, Baby Coming Home, Walking the Strings. Contestant number 7. number 7, thank you very much. We have a special item of interest that I think all of you will like to know. A couple of our performers, the judges, have asked to hear them perform again. So while when we finish with the contestants that we have, we will be calling back 2 of our contestants. They will each play a song, and then I think we're probably going to have a little special session for you before the judges call back the final 5. Next contestant is contestant number 8. He will play John Henry, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, Somebody Stole My Gal. Contestant number 8.
Right here.
Thank you very much, contestant number 8. Contestant number 9 will be playing Cannonball Rag, Bye Bye Bluebell, Rockabye Rag. Contestant number 9. Thank you, contestant number 9. Contestant number 10 will be playing My Old Kentucky Home and Moses Blues. Contestant number 10. contestant number 10. As a refresher, we cannot announce the name of the candidate or the participants because the judges are attempting to judge it strictly on their musical ability, and if they announce the name of the participants, it would create a unfair situation, either negative or positive, in the judge's eyes. One thing that has been called our attention, we're going to be very pleased, or you should be very pleased to know that all the contestants, after the contest has reached the conclusion of its first round, and after the conclusion of the second performance, the second round of the performance, will be out here for a jam session. So before the presentation of the final awards, all the contestants will be appearing again on stage at one time. So we should have a terrific performance here after the official contest is over. This is participant number 11. He will be playing I'll See You in My Dreams and Heart of My Heart. Drive In will be the third. number 11. That concludes the number of contestants that we have for today. However, to your benefit, there were 2 contestants who the judges had difficulty in hearing due to our problems with the microphone system. Therefore, we are calling out those 2 contestants again to play 1 song each. The first contestant is contestant number 4. The song that he plans to play is Chances. Changes. The next contestant that the judges have asked to play again is contestant number 5. He will have a rhythm player with him. The song that he plans to play is Black Mountain Rag. Contestant number 5. we have a special guest today, a gentleman who has noted that he is a historian of such. He is familiar with the music, the country music, the thumb-picking music, and has agreed to come up and give you some of the history that maybe a lot of us don't know about. This is Dr. Larry Kilgore from Birmingham, Alabama. Please make him welcome.
Well, hello. This is totally unrehearsed. I'm a filler. Hey, Mr. Pennington. I guess while the judges are doing their things and drinking Cokes in the shade and air conditioning, they need a little time. All these good pickers out here. This is great. This, even without the contest, it's great to be able to get some thumb pickers back together, because this is where it all started here in Muhlenberg County. And I'm not as good a historian as he said I am, but I do know a little bit about where this music came from, and it came from this part of the country. A fellow by the name of Arnold Schultz, who was a black fellow who worked in the coal mines in this part of the country, really started this kind of music. And in the past, where most guitar players played with a straight pick held between the finger and thumb, and a lot of guitar pickers play that way now, and it's real good. He developed a style so that he could keep rhythm while he played melodies with his fingers. And also, in addition to rhythm, he played a little bass with it. And in addition to bass, he played sometimes a little harmony with the song. And so it added a lot to the music back in the early part of this century. And he had a big influence on lots of people that lived in this part of the country. And out of that influence came a lot of people that you've probably heard about. A fellow by the name of Mose Reger, who lived in this part of the country. And of course, Ike Everly, the Everly brothers' father, was a big thumb picker back in that time. He and Mose Reger were buddies, and they traveled around and played at the church meetings and things in this part of the country. They had a big influence in turn on a fellow named Merle Travis, who is probably the most famous of the thumb pickers. And he really took that style of using the thumb as rhythm and bass and playing the melody with his fingers, and took it to another level, of course, and became a recording star and made lots of albums, and of course is in the Hall of Fame, both as a songwriter and as a performer in the Country Music Hall of Fame. And then others that followed him, people like Chet Atkins, and who's done more for guitar playing than anybody, and Jerry Reed and others. I'm sure I'm leaving some out. Another fellow by the name of Kennedy Jones was around the time of Mose, or a little before. He played with Arnold Schultz, and all these people are from this part of the country, or most of them are. And there's still a lot of thumb pickers in western Kentucky and central Kentucky. And it's great that this has started, and I think every year it'll get bigger, because there are a lot of people around the country spread from one coast to the other who like this kind of music. I grew up in East Tennessee under the influence of a guy named Bob Barber, who was a great picker, and he knew Merle and played with Merle, and all these pickers came back up here and thought this was home. Odell Martin was another, and I'm sure I'm leaving some out. But I thought I'd play just a little bit. Again, this is totally unrehearsed, so I'll show you sort of what it's like. If in the past with the straight pick, if you want to play a tune like Maggie, you'd have to have somebody playing rhythm, dun, 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 like that, with another guitar, and then maybe a bass player, and then somebody else playing twin or harmony guitar, and putting the whole sound together with a thumb pick, and that's why it's called a thumb picker's legend, or legend of thumb pickers. Most of the pickers wear a thumb pick and pick with their fingernails, one or more. Some wear picks and some don't. But put the whole sound together, it sort of sounds like this. So that's a little bit of the way the sound is done, and there have been a lot of different modifications of that sound, and a lot of different people had a different way of playing it. I can't do them all. I can give you a little bit of an idea about how some of them played. One of the favorites, my favorites from this part is Moe's Rager, who's, I guess, from Drakesboro. And he was a very affable fellow who laughed and cut up all the time. And he played a real heavy style of thumb. He kind of hit the guitar. So that Moe's was great, and Moe's was such a big influence on so many guitar players. Merle, stayed at Moe's house all the time and learning his stuff, and Hal Riley, I've heard say that Chet wore out a old Ford driving back and forth from Nashville to Drakesboro to sit and play with Moe's, and I would have given anything if I could have met him. I've heard him a lot on tapes and all. But he was really great, and he, instead of playing in the major chords, Moe's played added a lot of complicated chords to the guitar, and it's just incredible to listen to his music. Merle played a little different sound. I don't know how to describe Merle's. Merle could really play any kind, but his was also a heavy thumb, but not as blues heavy as Merle's thumb was. His was a little softer, and he played Bluebell was maybe a song that he played. And then others have taken that style of thumb picking and gone in different directions. Merle and Moe's were big influences on Chet. Of course, Chet Atkins, everybody calls him Chet. But and he plays a little different sound, very complicated, but very clean and precise, and a softer type of thumb. I'll try and play something like Chet plays. who spend a lot of hours just imitating Merle and Mose and Chet and all are do a sort of a generalized poor job of imitating anyone, but that's generally the idea. Another picker who plays a thumb style of guitar and wrote some really pretty tunes and all was Jerry Reed, and his style is even different, but it's also a thumb style. I'll try and play a tune of his. Still need some more time. There's a circle of guitar pickers and fans and people who like to listen to this kind of music that sort of scattered from one end of this country to the other. Each year in May, we all get together up in Mountain View, Arkansas for the National Merle Travis Thumbpicking Championship. And some of these fellows that have played here today play in those contests up there and get together for workshops and jam sessions. That's the last weekend in May if anybody's ever interested in going up there for that. And that's a lot of fun. Also, there's a Chet Atkins Appreciation Society that meets in the fall in Nashville that we all get together. But more fun is, you know, like I've said many times to my picking buddies, I'm a living room picker or a couch picker or a bathroom picker. I really sound good in the bathroom when I get everything, all the doors closed and to sound good. I'm not much of a stage person, but some of these guys are just really. Music Foundation is working on a historical album, tape, what have you, on the origin of this kind of music. And a lot of that will be Mose and his influence. His influence was just so big in guitar playing. That's about as good as I can help you on that. Any other questions? Well, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks a lot for your attention.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kilgore. The judges are having a very difficult time in determining the top 5 to come back for the playoff or for the second round. So if we will be patient with the judges while they're making their decisions and tallying their scores, you may get up, stretch, but whatever you do, please don't leave the ball field, because we will have 5 more performers coming back. Each of the 5 performers will play 3 songs. Then we will have a jam session with all the contestants and celebrities participating in order for the judges to make the final decision. There are refreshment stands open. The gate will open at the Everly Brothers concert at 3 p.m. sharp. The problem that apparently is occurring is people are out there early and the gates are not open. They will not open until 3 p.m.
I think we're going to do a little bit of boiled cabbage down. confusion just then.
Rosebud, step up there and you play a little bit for me. You got to play. Give them a little of it.
She was supposed to play it first.
Well, haven't y'all heard some fine pickers today? I tell you what, man, if we're sitting back there, it's going to be tough. Because, boy, there's some fine pickers. I'm ashamed now to pick after hearing all that. I know how Mose used to feel, sort of, when he talked about everybody coming around. But, man, I tell you what, this is great. Sure proud all of y'all come out and all. And we want to keep Thumbpicking alive forever, because this is one of the greatest forms of music I think it is going. We're going to do another old tune here. Lonzo and Rosebud's going to do one called Good Man for you.
I came home the other night as drunk as I could be. I found a horse standing, stable where my horse ought to be. Come here, little wifey, explain this thing to me. How come a horse is standing, stable where my horse ought to be?
Oh, you fool, you crazy fool, ain't it plain to see? That is only a milk cow, my mama said to me.
I've been around this whole wide world a dozen times more, but a saddle on a milk cow I ain't never seen before. Come here, little wifey, and explain this thing to me. How come a coat hanging in a closet where my coat ought to be?
Oh, you fool, you crazy fool, ain't it plain to see? That is only a big quilt, my mama said to me.
I've been around this whole wide world a dozen times more, but pockets on a thick quilt I ain't never seen before. Come here, little wifey, and explain this thing to me. How come everybody's out there taking pictures? That's a silly question to ask. How come you made me mess up? Don't frown at me like that. What'd you say? How come a gun is standing in the corner where my gun ought to be? I don't remember doing that first part of it.
Oh, you fool, you crazy fool, ain't it plain to see? That is only a sports squirrel, my mama said to me.
What in the world is a sporage spurtle?
It's a big long, well, I think I forgot the word.
You mean it's a big long spoon to stir that you stir soup with?
Yeah.
I've been around this whole wide world a dozen times more, but triggers on a porridge spurtle never seen before. Come here, little wifey, and explain this thing to me. Let's see, what's that next word? How come my head laying on a pillow where my head ought to be?
Oh, you fool, you crazy old fool, ain't it plain to see? That is only a cabbage and my mama said to me.
We've not done a show in a long time and I forget the words. Sometimes I have to feel sorry for myself. I can't help it. See, I forgot the words already. I've been around this whole wide world a dozen times or more. But a mustache on a cabbage head I ain't never seen before.
Now, we're going to be here a little longer till they get everything tallied up back in the back. Rosebud, how about doing an old Merle Travis tune for everybody called Kentucky Means Paradise? This wrote just about this part of the country.
You take a K and an E and a T, U-S-C-K-Y, that spells Kentucky. Betty means paradise. You take a chicken and kill him, put him in a skillet, fry him up golden brown, that's southern cooking, and it's mighty fine. It don't cover a lot when you look on the map. I was studying geography when I was sitting on my mammy's lap. Take a K and an E and a T, a U-S-C-K-Y, that spells Kentucky. Betty means paradise.
It's hot out there, isn't it?
You take a K and an E and a T, U-S-C-K-Y, that spells Kentucky. Betty means paradise. You take a chicken and kill him, put him in a skillet, fry him up golden brown, that's southern cooking, and it's mighty fine.
Lonzo, you think you can do one?
What should I do?
I don't know. I never know what he's going to do.
Excuse you.
Y'all think that was part of the act? How about doing the Baby-O for him? We like Grandpa Jones, and this is a tune that Grandpa does, a lot called the Baby-O.
I went down to Riggsville town and met an old man, his name was Brown. He said, you can stay in my shanty-o, but you'll have to sleep with the baby-o. When I got there, I was froze to death. I didn't want to smell no baby's breath. So I took a big drink and I said, by darn, if you don't mind, I'll sleep in the barn. Well, the night was cold and the wind did blow. Smoke rolled out of the shanty-o. Shivered and I shook with a frostbit toe. Wish I'd slept with the baby-o. Morning came, I took me a look. I heard some say she took a house up. Standing on a frozen straw was prettiest girl in Arkansas. I looked at her and she looked at me. I said, young lady, who might you be? She said, my name is Mary Jo, but the old man calls me the baby-o. The night was cold and the wind did blow. The smoke rolled out of the shanty-o. Shivered and shook with a frostbit toe. I wish I slept with the baby-o. You want to take a round of it? Guess I shouldn't have asked that then. Well, maybe you will. I guess it's my turn now. She milked the cow when we went to the shack. Had a big breakfast of razorback. Shouldn't I milk the cow for her? I've done made myself lose the next verse. Well, it's about far and pulled my toe. I couldn't keep from looking at the baby. When I started to leave, she came to me. I said, what could your title be? I took her hand and I told her right, I'm the fool that slept in the barn last night. Wasn't that silly of me?
I think they've about, I see Al Morgan's down here. I guess they've about got things underway. One fellow I want to thank in particular that helped start some of the interest in this was Mr. Merle Dukes. He's one of the fellows that helped get the idea of this contest come together. It was the idea of a lot of people, but Merle was one of the people who approached me, and he told some people over here about the interest that we all have in it. We want to thank Merle for that. Let's sign off and do them with Grandpa Jones' number. Do them a little Mountain Dew. They done this last year down at Nashville at the Grandmaster's Fiddlers Contest, and Grandpa come out on the stage with us at the end. And ever since then, something happens to Alonzo about the last verse.
The only thing that he happens is he turns into Grandpa Jones.
You gave away my secret.
Let her go.
There's a big hollow tree down the road here from me where you lay down $1 or $2. Well, you go down the bend and you come back again. There's a good old jug of Mountain Dew. Oh, they call it that good old Mountain Dew. And them daddy views that a few. I'll shut my mug and fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew. My Uncle Nord, he is sawed off and short. He measures about 4'2". He thinks he's a giant when you give him a pint of that good old Mountain Dew. My old Jane June bought some brand new perfume. It had a sweet smelling pea. But to her surprise, when she had it analyzed, it was nothing but good old Mountain Dew. With his head hasted high, he said that his wife had the flu. He thought that I ought just to sell him a quart of that good old Mountain Dew. Well, here's the end of the song, and I'm kind of nervous.
He better be.
Knock it off. My brother, you got to still on it here where he runs off a gallon or 2. Oh, in the sky, get so drunk they can't fly from smelling that good old Mountain Dew.
We thank you for bearing this. I think everything's set to go again. I tell you what, you got to admire these pictures out here hot like it is. And admire all you all for sitting out here. Appreciate you all coming. It means a lot to me and all of us guitar pickers to see such interest in this. And I know that Mose and Merle and Ike and all of them look down and smile at this. Thank you.
That was the Eddie Pennington family. Let's give them a big hand. appreciates that very much. The new group, we are looking for the original contestants. The judges have selected the 5 top contestants, and those contestants must appear back at the presenter stage, or tent, excuse me, in order for them to have their reappearance as a final contestant. If you are one of the original 11 contestants, please immediately go to the tent, the performer's tent, so that you can be given your assignment for the last round, for the final round. We're still looking for a couple of contestants, so if you did compete, please appear at the contestant stand immediately. 5 names were put in the hat, and they were drawn out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 contestants will play. The judges will judge their play, and then select who is first, second, third, fourth, and fifth from their second performance. First performer from your original schedule is performer number 7. He will play. There will be some changes made, whispering, and bugle call rag. Again, this is performer number 7. The second contestant, who is contestant number 11 on the original program, will play Moe's Rager Blues, Mr. Sandman, and Cannonball Rag. This is contestant number 11 on the original program. Thank you. That was contestant number 11 on the original program. The next contestant is contestant number 3 on the original program. He will be playing Way Down Yonder in New Orleans, I'll See You in My Dreams, and Watching Scotty Grow. Contestant number 3 on the original program. fourth of the finalists is number 1 on your program. He will be playing way down yonder in New Orleans, Guitar Rag, Cuddle Up a Little Closer. This is contestant number 1 on your original program. the contestants who have appeared already to please assemble back at the contestants' tent. All the contestants who have played today, please appear back at the contestants' tent. The fifth finalist, which was number 8 on your original program, will play Drakesboro Blues, Boots Are Made for Walking, and Salty Dog Rag. Contestant number 8. gentlemen, we have asked all of the contestants to reappear on the stage, and they're going to, what we promised to be a truly great performance, have a jam session like you haven't heard in a long time. As soon as we get these chairs set up and these gentlemen are ready with microphones, the music will start.
I left the chair for this day.
yours, fella.
Somewhere in the middle.
Stay seated for a second. The judges have reached their conclusion. I would like to introduce to you two ladies who have been referred to earlier, Mrs. Muhlenberg Mrs. Dorothy Travis, Ms. Merle Travis. The fifth place on your original program, contestant number 11, Steve Rector. Steve Rector, number 5.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Fourth place on your original program, number 3, Bob Saxton. Bob? Sure they'll want to take a picture. Bob Saxton. Third place on your original program was number 8, Hal Riley. Hal Riley. Hal Riley. Second place on your original program was number 1, Paul Mosley. Hold on, one more photograph, please. Got it? Second place, Paul Mosley. First place goes to the gentleman who will appear tonight, if possible, if he can work it into his schedule, will appear tonight, starting at 5:30 at the Everly Brothers concert at the Central City Elementary School. First place goes to, on your original program, number 7, Dr. Larry Kilgore. Can we bring the top contestants back out for one photograph for the photographers, please? Keep all of these